Good evening, YouTube. This is your host, Tommy Cunningham, coming to you live from the Forest Ridge Apartments as we talk about something that I wanted to touch base, which we have talked about in a couple of my videos. It's about how how you guys can get stuck with a radio frequency and you guys cannot get it out of your head. And once you guys get that radio frequency in your head, how in the world are you supposed to get it out? Well, we are going to tell it to you right here on TCTV, the Bloomington, Indiana, for home of Tommy Cunningham in the afternoon. Today's show is brought to you by the Ark Encounter. You guys can buy tickets at arkencounter.org or call 1-865-634-7433. Or you guys can look them up at arkencounter.org. Our primary sponsor is brought to you by your local Redeem agent, AJ Bowman. AJ Bowman is here to serve you for multi-purposes. Call AJ Bowman at 812-323-8634. Now today we are planning to talk about Cedar Point. Now, first place where I want to talk about, which we have not been talking about a whole lot on my video shows, is it's Walt Disney World. The reason why we have not been talking about it on here, it's because of two reasons. Number one, trying to keep my videos kid friendly. And well, that's a kid friendly place. And also, you guys want the best value for your guys' trip. And I know that. Well, just for you guys tonight, we are planning to talk about Walt Disney World. And some stuff which are multitasking and learning to you guys a lot. So if you guys strap on in, put on your seatbelt, and here we go on the TC Radio Show Drive Home, which we are again brought to you by all your sponsors. All right, our first place we are going. I'm planning to ask you guys about what is the best way to purchase Walt Disney World. What is the worst time to visit Walt Disney World? What's the Magic Your Way ticket at Walt Disney World? Can you buy Walt Disney World tickets at the gate? Which Walt Disney World Resort Park should you visit first? What is the best week to go to Disney World? Our first place comes to mind when we think about Walt Disney World is the beautiful Walt Disney World places, like where you guys stay at, like where we all stay at when we go to Walt Disney. Like one time, me, my mom, and my grandma stayed at not so nice place. Let's just say it had its problems, okay? So we were trying to, you know, relax before we go to bed. Well, that did not happen. My grandma got so hot, it like wouldn't even believe you. She actually got a little too cold, which then after that, when we were all snuck in for the night, we heard a big pow inside our our room's air conditioning vent, and I'm like, my mom was like, what in the world is going on? Well, that means there has to be something wrong with the furniture. So we looked around and we figured out the air conditioning was not working. Well, the heat was not working. Well, that came to my mind to another part. We are not going to sleep like this. Well, then after that, to talking to my mom and my grandma, which I was already fast asleep. And then after that, it came across, hey, we are going to spend a night here just tonight and see how it goes. Then the next night we got up, we ate breakfast, and everybody was fine. Well, once we got down there to the Ark Encounter, now let me tell you guys something. The Ark Encounter is nice to see inside. Like their place is like this big. It's almost like not as big as this around here. It's as big as the entire town of Bloomington stuck together with Bedford. It's like that big. Well, then after that, once we got over to like where we were parking, and we figured out what the tickets were, they were $149.99, which we did not know that took care of your parking, that took care of your offset vehicles, that took care of the entire day there at the Ark Encounter. Like for the accessibility people, what I recommend, you guys just plan one day there, just go there to watch the shows, and then strictly come back home. Well, my mom wanted to stay there for 2 nights. Well, I was fine about that because that was my present. And then after that, once we got done looking around the Ark Encounter, I was honestly surprised. Well, they call that a wonderful place to be on a summer day. Well, it might be nice for you kids. Well, honestly, just to let you guys know, I just honestly just want if you guys if you guys want a fact or two about the Ark Encounter, I recommend you guys look at the Ark Encounters Facebook page. I'll put it down in a link below. Plus the Ark Encounter was kind of expensive, unlike me and my mom says now. Now, the number one thing which I really did like was their shows. But sadly, they were on the second and third floor. Well, who wants to walk that far? They're like all the way in the back. Like there's an elevator you can ride up to the desired floor. And after that, you have to walk all the way back. And then they only had like 2 elevators in each room. Like the first elevator was like this big. The other one was like, I don't know, this big or this big. And then after that, you guys talk about the elevator that was in the down. It was like this small. Well, me and my mom and my grandma, we were like okay about it. And then after that, it came time for us to eat. Well, my mom, she was lucky enough to make us like sandwiches. And I was like real proud of that. Because I gotta tell you something. $19.99 for a drink. I am like, come on. You got to be kidding me. And then after that, we watched one more show. Well, the drive was kind of interesting. Let me tell you guys about that. We first took like a drive. Our GPS took us directly. Like here's the river going through Indiana. It took us to go through there. Then after that, take a gravel road all the way like to Carrollton. And then after that, take the interstate up until you got to Williamstown, which is here's Cincinnati and here's like Lexington. They're like so close. But then after that, once we got there to the hotel, we were like, okay, they has a nice room. They has like a microwave. Well, honestly, that hotel was far best. Without my nightmare I had, which I'd rather talk about in another video. Well, then after that, once we woke up, once we got in the shower and we followed a couple people, we got there to the Ark Encounter. Well, to give that place a 1 out of 10, I would give that place a 9 out of 10 on staff, a 0 out of 10 on like food. For merchandise, a 0. For transportation, I'll give that one a 10 out of 10. And the other ones, they'll be in a video to come. Thank you, YouTube. Have a nice day.